does it feel like living in the UK feels like a setup at this point? Because the UK government makes promises, encourages people to do something or even move into the country. And before you know it, they change everything and this begins to affect you. We're going to look at the budget that was just released and how it affects us as migrants. So there is an update. Stay with me. Let's go straight into the details. My name is Tochi. Welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so YouTube can recommend it to more people, and kindly share it to everyone that needs to see this. To all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button right now. It's easy and free. Are you new to the UK or trying to get car insurance? You probably already know how expensive car insurance can be here, especially when they don't recognize your driving experience from back home. But guess what? I recently found something that genuinely helps, and it's called Marshmallow. Marshmallow is a car insurance company that actually gets it. They recognize your international driving experience. So whether you've been driving in India, Nigeria, Canada, Ghana, Pakistan, or anywhere else, your experience counts. And that could help you save hundreds compared to other insurers, even up to £337 depending on your situation. The process is super simple. You can get a quote online in few minutes. No confusing questions, no hidden fees, just fair and transparent pricing. You know what I love so much about them? I love that they understand people like us, migrants, professionals, students, skilled workers who've been driving for years but are treated like new drivers in the UK. So if you're sorting out your insurance right now or looking for one, definitely check them out. Marshmallow sponsored my channel, so use my code TOCHI75 to get £75 off your policy through the link in the description box. It's a genuine recommendation that could really help you save some money. All the details you need are in the description box below. If you're of Nigerian nationality living in the UK for less than 3 years, you could save up to £337. See marshmallow.com for more details. Thank you, Marshmallow, for sponsoring today's video. The UK government just released the 2025 budget, and trust me guys, a lot of things are changing. So firstly, here it says income tax and national insurance thresholds will be frozen for another 3 years from 2028. So this will bring more people into the higher tax bands. Normally, it's not supposed to be the harder you work, the more you grow in your career, the more you make more money, the more you take more money home. But no, in the UK, it feels like the harder you work, the more you try to grow in your career, the more you make money, the lesser you take home, right? So Reeves admits the decision will affect working people, but says changes to the tax system will ensure the wealthiest contribute the most. Somehow, it's not even encouraging people to be wealthy, because the wealthiest would have to contribute the most. The more you try to grow, the more you try to be rich and stable, the more they take from you. Like, that is just what it feels like living in the UK. And I don't know if you've seen some of the reactions online from people, even locals, migrants. That's what a lot of people are saying. So at the end of the day, you just ask yourself, is working so hard in the UK actually worth it? Is trying to pick shifts, make money, work your ass off, or just do a lot of things, is it actually worth it? And for us as migrants, you all know that we are not entitled to public funds. No benefit for us. It's even written clearly on your visa. We don't even bother, because now with everything the government is doing, it's even saying it's going to punish people that access benefits. So a lot of migrants normally would not even want to access public funds, because we know that it's against our visa rule, and of course we know there are consequences for such action, so we want to literally stay away from it. And we now have to work so hard for everything that we make, every pound, every money that we make. But it just feels like the more you work, the more shifts you pick, the additional income you make, you take less home. Like, the more money you make, the lesser you take home. I was watching when Reeves was speaking. She said something about the budget was made for working people, and how Kemi responded that no, the budget is not actually made for working people. It is made for people on the streets, It is made for people that are not making money, but it is funded by working people. And it feels like that. I want to hear what you think about this in the comment section, guys, because at the end of the day, we also have a say. We are contributing, we are paying taxes. So a headline rate of income tax, VAT, and national insurance will not go up. And she's saying that they have kept their promise to protect working people. But at the same time, it doesn't feel that way. I feel like maybe they want to differentiate between working people and hard working and high earners, because high earners are the ones that this affects the most. When it comes to property and council tax as well, the basic and higher rates of tax on property, dividend and savings income will go up by 2% points each. And then from April 2028, there will be a high value council tax surcharge, aka the mansion tax, for properties worth more than £2 million of 2,500 a year, rising to 7,500 for properties worth more than £5 million. So if your property is worth more than 2 million or 5 million, you're going to pay a higher council tax on it. And guys, this is just, I don't even understand. Is it now a crime to be wealthy and own properties? Big properties, expensive properties, even when you don't even have that much property, you know, you're buying a property that's even less, you're still going to pay stamp duty, you're trying to invest maybe as a migrant. Like, it just feels like there's no encouragement for people who want to work hard, save money, try to invest in properties, or try to do something meaningful with their lives, despite all the restrictions that we have as visa holders or as migrants, all the things, the constant immigration rules changes, the constant watching over your necks, the constant working on eggshells and everything. But we still somehow try to live above that, strive, make money, try to save, even how difficult it is to save money, we try. But at the same time, it feels like the more you try, the more they're squeezing you, the more they are stressing you out, the more they are pulling you back and just drawing you not to do exactly what you want to do, or to just achieve the greater heights. You know, it's harder for us as migrants. Right now, if you want to buy a property, you have to have money, like extra money to pay all the dues and levies and taxes that you're supposed to pay. Landlords are being fined every day. There's just one thing or the other you have to pay for. If you're trying to open up a business, the checks, the taxes, the things you will be asked to pay, the things you'll be asked to do is just crazy. And that is why you see sometimes people just look at everything and just stay back. Like, why do I have to face so much stress just because I have an idea, I have a business idea, or I even have the finance to do it, but all the stress that comes with it, sometimes people just ask themselves, is it really worth it? Like, there's just a lot of uncertainty hanging around living in the UK right now. It's just so exhausting, like, because you go on the news today, is one thing or the other that is affecting you. One rule or change or something is just hitting you left, right, and center. So they just make it now look like it's an offense to be wealthy, it's an offense to own a big property, a luxury property. Like, it's an offense to just want more for yourself. That's how they make it look like. Like, why do you have to be rich in the UK? Why do you have to be wealthy when there are people that are low income earners, or people that are on benefits, or people that are not even earning, they're not working? Why do you have to be? So if everybody now stops working, or stops striving to be rich, or stops striving to attain greater heights, like, what will now happen if everybody decides to just fold their hands and just stop working? So why are you not encouraging people to work harder, make money, and somehow just find a way to reward them? Is there even anything at all that the government has put in place to actually kind of reward people that are working hard? Is there anything like that? I don't think so. If there's anything like that, please let us know in the comment section. But because the only thing that I've seen and I've noticed is that they just keep taking and taking and taking from people that are trying to work harder and make more money. Now guys, moving on to ISA, and this one is one of the ones that pained me the most. Even though the government says it means well, you know, but I just feel like, why? So it says that from 6th of April 2027, the annual ISA cash limit will be set at £12,000, down from £20,000. It has always been £20,000, you know, but now the government is slashing it or cutting it down to £12,000. right? So the government will publish a consultation in early 2026 on the implementation of a new, simpler ISA product to support first-time buyers to buy a home. So yeah, the annual cash ISA limit, the one that is not taxed, they're bringing it down from £20,000 a year to £12,000 a year. They want you to focus more in buying stocks and shares and not just saving cash, right? That is their aim. And it feels like it's a good thing, right? Because somebody was like, why do you have to save when you can invest? But I just feel like a lot of people have really benefited from this cash ISA. You know, imagine just saving your money and everything up to £20,000. It's a lot of money, and you can do something meaningful with it. Like if you want to start a project, if you want to buy a house, if you want to do something, like it's a good way to save money. But now the government is cutting it down to £12,000. You know, they say they're going to also consult more later in the year for a product they can bring out to support people that want to buy their first houses, you know. So yeah, somehow I must commend the government for doing this. They just try to put products in place or put things in place to help people and support people to buy their first homes in the UK. Like when the government is supporting you and backing you up to buy your first house is actually very nice. So for energy bill, the Energy Company Obligation Scheme, a home insulation scheme introduced by the Conservatives, will be scrapped, and she says £150 will come off bills next year as a result. I hope so, because the energy bills this period is just crazy. Like it just keeps going up and up and up, especially this winter period. It's not even funny. Water bill, energy, everything, gas, electricity, it just keeps going up. Like it never goes down. And I feel like whatever goes up doesn't come down. It takes a while in this UK for something that has gone up to come down. It's almost impossible for any bill or any fee that goes up in this UK to come down. There's also a 2-child benefit limit which has been scrapped. And I don't want to go into this a lot because, of course, we're not entitled to public funds as migrants, or most migrants are not entitled to public funds and benefits. So this is doesn't really affect us that much. You might never want to look at it because it doesn't even concern us anyway. So what's the point? For national minimum wage, the kind of laugh I laughed when I got to this point and I saw this, I was like, yes, typical, you know. So guys, national minimum wage is going up from £12.21 to £12.71 an hour. Is this even an increase? So every other bill, every other thing goes up with a significant amount or a significant percentage except salaries. The price of every other thing goes up significantly. Bills, cost of goods and services, everything, tax goes up significantly except salaries. So if your salary is not going up, how are you supposed to meet up with the ever increasing bills? Or if your salary does not significantly go up, I'm sure they just put this 0.71 just for people to feel like, yeah, it actually went up. By April next year, national minimum wage is going up. But how? How is this even an increase? And then guys, electric vehicles. Oh my goodness. This one, as some of you know, I own an electric car, so this one affects me as well. Because the government is saying, encouraging people to go green, buy electric vehicles. They even made it look very enticing at some point. No road tax, go green, save the environment, do this, it's safe, it's safer, it's that. And before we knew it, they announced that we're going to start paying tax. We started paying tax. And now they want to even tax on top of that per mile. Look at it, guys. Just look at it yourself. As expected, there will be new excise duty on electric cars payable alongside vehicle excise duty at 3p a mile for electric cars and 1.5p for plug-in hybrids to help double funding for road maintenance in England. So why is the safer options now the ones that are funding road maintenance? Are electric cars the only cars that are on the roads? You know, so why would you encourage people, they were even given incentives at some point for people to put chargers in their homes. It made people to invest and spend money buying electric cars and everything. It's a cheaper option, it's cheaper to maintain and everything, right? And all of a sudden, when they feel like they've gotten enough people that have followed them and done what they advised you to do or encouraged you to do, the next thing they're hitting you with excess tax. It's just crazy. Like, why? You see why I said it feels like they just encourage it. And look at what is happening in the UK as well. The government encourage people to come in and work, you know, come become a care worker, work in the UK. We have shortage. They even put the job on the shortage occupation list at the time, made it easier for care workers to come into the UK to work. Visa fees was cut down, no IHS fees for healthcare workers, come with your dependents. And eventually when people started coming in, they became the problem. You know, they started turning things against them. Oh, lots of dependents. Oh, this one is happening, you know, and then they stopped dependents and eventually they closed it. And now they want to make decent care workers to wait 15 years in the UK before getting ILR. Why? Same thing with electric vehicles. And this thing is going to like make people to stop buying electric cars at the end of the day. Granted, right, it's cheaper to run an electric car. In my house, we have a diesel vehicle and an electric car, and I spend way lower than my husband spends on his, you know. But then, is it even still worth it with all these charges and everything the government wants to now place on it? Is it actually worth it? You know, I want to hear what you think. Do you own an electric car? Does this affect you? Are you going to sell? Are you going to keep it? Would you even consider buying one if you don't have one yet? What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section as well. Yes, this is a summary. I tried to like focus on the ones that affect us as migrants the most, like I said in today's video. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.